Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of our Bloodborne lore playthrough. As always, I am your host, Victor Nutt. We're going to go ahead and do a little backtracking in this episode because we want to go take a quick trip back into Yharnam and visit a couple of our friends, make sure they're all doing all right. Spoiler alert, not all of them are doing all right. I desire blood echoes,
Very well. Let me stand.
which I already have, but I want to channel them into my personage. Vitality is always good. Let's do that. Vitality and stamina are the things we need.
Over time, countless hunters have visited this stream. The graves here stand in their memory. It all seems so long ago now. Over time,
Okay.
it all seems so long ago now.
That was unintentional.
Farewell, good hunter.
One of the things that they establish in this game is that since the PlayStation 4 controller has gesture controls, you can actually make the hunter do some weird things by gesturing the controller certain ways. Which I don't know off the top of my head which ones they were, but apparently I did one while I was talking to her. That was not intentional.
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion.
So he's advising us to locate a chalice.
Most of the holy chalices lie deep within the tomb of the gods, and the few that found their way to the surface were lost again in the hands of men. But if the old hunter tales remain true, one of the holy chalices is worshipped in the valley hamlet. Yet the town is in disarray. It was burned and abandoned for fear of the scourge. Home now only to beasts. The perfect place for a hunter, wouldn't you say?
So he's guiding us to Old Yharnam, which is what he meant by the village hamlet. I think we have what we need here. Is it here? No, it's over here. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, I like clear my throat. Sorry about that. The tool that we picked up in the previous episode was for this specific purpose here, blood gem fortification. Fortify weapons using blood gems. Blood gems imbue weapons with special characteristics. We do not actually have any, but those 3 slots above the physical blood, arcane, fire, and bolt attack area, the little starburst shape, that's where one of the blood gems would go, and then there's like a crescent shape on the far right there, but we don't have one just yet, or do we? So, in the last episode, we picked up, is it here? I think it's here. Yep, here we go. This was the red jewel brooch we found on the body of Viola, who is over top of the graveyard where we fought Gascoigne. Red jewel brooch, a woman's bright red brooch engraved with the name Viola. Viola, not sure how you say that. Perhaps the jewel is a gift from a hunter, used to change into a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. With the proper workshop tool, various weapons can be fortified. So we have one of 2 options. We can turn this into a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon, literally any weapon. You don't have to have a special shape for this particular gem that we would be getting. You can put it in literally any slot. Or we can turn it over to the little girl who is waiting for her parents to return home. Unfortunately, the process of advising her that her parents have both passed away would result in her trying something very foolish. So this would probably be the better option, is just go ahead and use it. There we go. So now we can take it over to the bench. And what this weapon, or this blood gem, does is it increases our physical attack by 2.7%, and it boosts the potential for what they call in this game rally, which is the ability to recover health whenever you attack an enemy after you take damage. So let's go ahead and put that on there. My weapon does a little bit more damage, and it gives me a better chance to recover health if I get attacked. So that's a very worthwhile investment, is taking that blood gem, as opposed to just giving the Jewel Brooch but to the little girl just so she can do something stupid. But we're going to go back and check on her anyway. Alright, first things first. We're going all the way back to the sick room. Let's see if Yosefka possibly changed her mind since we last spoke to her, because she was insistent that we were potentially contaminated and she wanted to protect her patients from harm, so she would not let us into the clinic. Let's see if maybe we can sweet talk her into letting us in. Done a lot of good work to help clear out Yharnam. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Yosefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then.
So, just to be clear, earlier she wouldn't allow me in there, even though I was just recently arrived to the city of Yharnam and treated with blood to help treat an illness that I had. And she wouldn't let me in. Now, she wants me to go out and find other people and bring them to her. Her tone has changed a little bit since the last we spoke.
If you find anyone who's still human, send them straight to Yosefka's clinic. You can assure them there's no place safer. Please, do me this service.
Interesting. I don't think she's operating in good faith. But we'll leave her to her business for the time being. Yeah, let's put on the Bolt Hunter mark. None of them are terribly useful right now to us. And we can always use a little extra light. I don't. I said no.
You are cursed.
I'm cursed. I like the little ponytail that sticks out the back. It's a detail I never noticed playing as a male character. Gilbert still sounding pretty rough in there.
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I did this,
Ah, poor bud. He's not doing so well in there.
I made no use of it, but perhaps you. What afflicted me was incurable, but this town gave me hope. Their strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human. Don't you worry about me.
Aw. I don't think Gilbert's gonna pull through, guys. It's a good quick stop there because we do need some more bullets. We're down to 10 left. So we could always use more. Certain enemies, it behooves you to actually try to parry them if you can, because they are just slow enough that you can get a bullet in on them without them hitting you, and then it's a cakewalk just doing the visceral attacks, taking them down quick. Ouch! Bad dog. Sorry, I can't resist the temptation of easy money. Oh, I forgot one. Oh, not just him. There's one back here. Come here, you little mutt. Ah. Ouch! You jerk. Now I gotta go tell the lady we found someplace for her to go.
So what is it now? A much better way to pass the time. Unless you found me a nice safe place.
As a matter of fact, I did. I'm gonna send you to Odin Chapel.
Well, what do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done with.
As pleasant as always. Alright. I think that was everyone we wanted to talk to. Oh, nope. There's one more we want to speak with before we leave. Let me see if I can retrace my steps to it. We gotta go back this way. Let's go up here. Got you up. Coming through. In case it wasn't clear, when we got back to Old Yharnam, the sky is a little bit more red than the first time we got here, so obviously the evening is starting to set. Any one of you guys come after me. Come here. Look, I am not above throwing a cocktail at you. Ouch! Oh, hey! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I can't see! Ah, crap. just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how much you level up, sometimes you just kind of get hammered by guys like that. That's the way this game goes. It's alright. I need to get back to this area here in Central Yharnam anyway, so not a huge loss. And if I hadn't said it before, it doesn't really matter if I lose souls or blood echoes. You can always get more. There's nothing in this game that prevents you from finding areas to level up later. Ouch, you jerk. I don't think so. How are you not dead? Get out of here. Always choose your battlefield. Do not allow the game to do it for you. As I will always set you up in a position to lose. Sucker. Ouch, for example. Ah, he got me in the butt. Timber. Yoink. So, this would be a perfect time actually to show off one of the mechanics that we had not used up to this point. I believe it is left on the D-pad. This will find out. So, when you heal yourself, note which leg you jam the blood into. You jam it into the right leg. And we're going to do something where we add bullets to our inventory. Oh, I guess not. Which button is that then? Is it up? Might be up. There we go. Yeah! And on the left leg, we draw blood out to mix up 5 extra bullets. We don't have to do that at any point in the game. If you need bullets, you can do so, but it's not required. You always have the option to pick up or buy more bullets if you want. But it's just one of those interesting mechanics that they were very specific about in this game. When you heal yourself, you jam the blood into the one leg, and when you draw blood from your body to mix for bullets, you draw it from the other leg. And we won't just do that for no reason. We're going to actually use a bullet here to take out our old friend Bricky. What up, Bricky? Come here. And this suit doesn't really give us a good look at it, but I believe in certain outfits that you get in the game, they actually have like leg straps that would indicate that you're using it to kind of tie off and have easier access to veins in your legs. Anyway, there's the fountain we needed to go to, and more importantly, up here, so we don't get attacked, I think we'll be alright. Sneak through here. And here is the daughter of the Father Gascoigne.
Hello, Miss Hunter. Still can't find my mum. Oh, okay. I can wait. But isn't there something I can do? Maybe Mum and Dad are stuck out there, waiting for me to come and find them. What do you think, Miss Hunter?
So, sadly, if you tell her to go to, I believe, either place, but specifically if you tell her to Odin Chapel, she's not going to make it. Which we'll go ahead and do.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Miss Hunter. I love you almost as much as Mum and Dad. And Granddad.
Important note there, she said Mom, Dad, and Granddad. At this point, all we knew of was her mother and father. There may be some more information that we're apt to find in the near future here. Hey, what up? Oh, crap. Hey, jerk. God, give me some of that black. There we go. Get the blood from him. And that was pretty much it. There weren't a whole lot of other people that we can talk to on our journey here. It was just those few that would respond to our attempts at assistance. Now there's one other area we need to go to. It's over there. We have not gotten to that yet, and I gotta see if I can remember how to do so. I believe it is back up this way. Something that we ignored on the previous sweep through the area, simply because it wasn't critical path and we were trying to beeline our way to the bosses that we needed to fight in that area. It's alright, we're gonna hit them now. I dare say he knows I'm here. I also dare say that that fence has probably an impassable barrier so that he can't shoot me. Ow, you jerk. Come on, get that blood back. Get that blood back. There we go. He did a number, but I did a number back. As with most things in this game, there is a cadence to the way he shoots. Once you learn the cadence, it's pretty easy to dodge his shots. Excellent. Bullets are always good. More bullets, please. So we're not going to tangle with these boys. Not this time. Just get across. Down here. To the passage that we skipped last time. Make sure we're not being followed. There we go. So that ladder, I'm not sure if it leads up to anything useful. Possibly a pass back? Okay, yeah, so there is a way back if you choose not to go all the way down here, but this is kind of a full commitment type situation. You go down this far, you're not coming back up. Which is fine. We want to be here. Ouch! See you later, idiot. I don't think there's a ladder for him to climb back up. I don't think that's a ladder. Oh, I guess it is. Alright, well, there is a way back up if you choose. Hey, what's up, bud? Gotcha. Thank you for the blood. There's another guy over there. And a ladder here, and I don't know if he can climb it. Probably not. Oh, he missed. Hey, what's up? Oh, come on. That's 2 times I missed him. That was point blank, too. Get out of here, guy. That was some nonsense. So I thought I saw a ledge we could try to get to right there. I don't know if there's any others you could drop onto. I think it's just the one. And of course, we could always just go down the ladder safely. That's for cowards. It's for the weak. And we're strong. Blood strong. Alright, let's get the line correct. And perfect. Another thick cold blood. And they're starting to get weird looking. Key up. So, let's grab this. Some extra blood. And there's a gentleman hanging out right back here. That's what I was trying to do before. I don't know why the game kept trying to deny me. Hey, you're not supposed to get up. Sit down. Take that blood and the important part, which is the hunter garb. So, I like this look a lot. In fact, I think it's my favorite outfit in the game, but just for funsies, we're going to swap it up with this set. Let's take a look at the instructions on it, or description on it. Hunter hat. One of the standard articles of hunter attire fashioned at the workshop. A fine piece of hunter attire that provides stable defense to anyone facing Yharnam's beastly threat. Recognizable by its withered feathers, this cap is fashioned after one of the old hunters. Description doesn't change too much. But if you were paying close attention at the intro, this is the look of the character on the front of the game. Usually you see him from this direction. Still a very stylish looking hat and outfit, actually. And you get a better look at the legs. This particular suit doesn't tie off the legs, I guess. Ah, the rats are on me! They work in teams, the sneaks. And they carry throwing knives. Come here. Guys are obsessed with something over here. And we see where our buddy who fell off the ledge earlier landed. Come on. Oh, and he swung at me like he was using his arms like a human would. That is creepy. Oh, you jerk. Well, I'll get my health back at least. And some extra blood vials. So yeah, if you fall down this far, the only way back up, I believe, is that one ladder there. And then the other ladder over here. Or if you're a fool, and I believe I've done this a couple of times, you just jump off the ledge all the way at the end there, and that'll take you back to the cesspit where all those half-body corpses were lying around the one item. Alright, and we're back to the surface. Alright, so where do we want to go? I believe we're going to make a beeline to the Hunter's Lamp. Well, let's clear these guys out first before we make any serious battle plans. One of them actually wants to fight me. How about this? Ah! Haha! You want to fight? Come on. I guess it'll go a lot better than it did last time. Owie! What did I speak? I am not trading blows with you, sir. Come on. There we go. Some upgrade materials. I think that was worth losing my life and the souls that I dropped back here in the exchange. And in fact, I bet the souls are still here. Whoa! In fact, they are. This guy has them. And now he doesn't have them. I thank you. Hey, boys. Actually, I want to talk to him. Come here. Come on. Let's have a chat. Just you and me. I'm sorry, buddy. You're so easy to kill. I couldn't help myself. You deserve better. Thankfully, no bosses come back in this game, so you don't have to worry about the cleric beast jumping back down for a second attack. Back to the Hunter's Dream.
Welcome home. What is it you... Very well, let me stand.
We're gonna do one more health, one more endurance rather. One more vitality, one more endurance. Yep.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
I'll do the best I can, you know? Now, let's head to... oh, I guess it's Cathedral Ward. I always thought it was called Uden Chapel. That's alright. It's the same place. Let's talk to our buddy. The big pile of clothing and whatever else.
Ah, the hunter. Thank you. So that old girl, you told her about this place, right? Well, she don't offer me much in the way of conversation, but still, I'd rather see her alive anyhow. If you find any saint survivors, well, send them along to Erden Chapel, will ya?
Doing the best I can, bud. And here's the nasty old crone who was being so rude to us when we tried to help her.
Oh no, I haven't forgotten. Do you think I owe you something? Well, that's a right lark, I'd say. This whole mess that Yharnam's in is all your fault. Stupidity outsiders. Our blood's ruined, tainted by your ilk. Don't you come near me. I know your type. You. Stay away from me. I know all your tricks.
Okay. Message read and received loud and clear. You still don't trust me. I saved your life, you complain about it. Now, one important detail that we kind of heard very vaguely, but is kind of important to the story, lore-wise. The gentleman here mentioned in the previous episode that this place is loaded with incense, which I would assume is that haze that you see in the air. The incense, historically speaking, was always believed to ward off evil spirits and protect, important places, which is why people tend to burn it back in the past. In this game, that is no different. They burn incense to try to protect places from animals. And in the case of beasts, it turns out incense may, in fact, drive them away from important places. When they smell it, they're turned away. So, I was really sad about what happened with Gascoigne and Viola, so I think I want to go back to where it all took place and pay my last respects. Yeah, I feel like it's important to get some closure on the events that happened previously. Nah, maybe sequence breaking. Okay, so it doesn't happen just yet. That's alright. There's going to be an encounter that happens down here. We'll have to come back in a couple minutes. In fact, I may be able to trigger it just by going back to Odin Chapel and seeing if there's someone hanging around outside. I believe the person we're looking for is right out here on the left, but we'll go out and take a look around just to be sure. Oh, guess not. Yeah, we might be quite early, so we may not see what I'm looking for just yet. We may have to come back at another time. We do see a gentleman sitting right here by the carriage just outside. Oh! Hey, big boy. Jerk. Another madman's knowledge. A lot of people with some very specific knowledge That was apparently too much for their minds to handle. I don't think I can go any further up here. Not without a particular item that we don't have enough money for. I probably should have saved my souls for that particular item, but that's alright. Ah, big boy. Too big. Chopping his ankles off. Aha, sucker. So, important to note. See if this will help illuminate a little bit better. These guys don't look like the kind of people that we've been seeing up to this point in the game. They're very tall, gaunt, pale. Their eyes are very black. And while it looks like maybe they don't have eyes at all, in fact, it looks like they do have eyes. They're just kind of that reverse color where the sclera, the white part of the eye, is actually black. So these are very different people than the ones that we've been seeing in and around Yharnam. And of course we can't open this just yet. It's alright. So what that means is we gotta go back down to the chapel and take the side path. I don't think our buddy has showed up just yet. We might have to come back to this another time. Which is fine. We'll be back. This is not the last we've seen of Uden Chapel. We will definitely be back later. Nothing we can do there. More of these tall figures. They're big. Not too hard to kill, though. Owie! This is one of the situations where they're doing tiny amounts of damage, so they're gonna do me death by 1,000 cuts. And I think now would be a good time to take a look back here, and there's an item. Interesting. Well, let's take that. Ooh, it's a whole new set of Gunter's garb, and then... Oh, crap. What the hell's going on? And now I'm... transported. I was picked up by a burst of heavenly light and crushed and then set back down somewhere. Well, now that we're back on our feet, let's take a look at the garb that we just picked up. Top hat. Hat worn by hunters who admire formality. Some hunters place an emphasis on form, as seen by the use of the threaded cane. For them, formality, beauty, and justice are the very essence of our humanity, and precisely what keeps hunters from becoming something else. So apparently this is for people who like to be very fashionable. And I think the garb may have been the same. Well, maybe. Maybe not. Okay, so this is similar to that set, but without the cape on the very top. And I believe that means that the other garb is identical. It is, yeah. So, nothing new there. Just a top hat and some clothing on top removed. Specifically the cape that went over the shoulders here. So we have two different paths we can take. We can go up this way, which we will have to do at some point, or we can go down in this direction, which is kind of moving away from Cathedral Ward. Take just a short jaunt down here. I don't think we're going to get too far, because unfortunately I think this will dead end on us for the time being. Big chapel. Big chapel there. Hey boys, any of you seen Pale Blood before? Just looking for a little pale blood. Take that as a no. You missed me. Before I get myself in serious trouble, I should tap up on the old leg vein with a little bit of blood. No, seriously, have you seen pale blood? I'll take that as a no. Cold blood dew. Molotov cocktails. These are very useful items. Important to keep in mind when you're fighting any large beasts. Fire, very effective. We will be going into that chapel in a minute, just not that way. Oh, you bad dog. Bad dog. That is a bad dog. Nope. Don't worry, buddy. I'm coming for you. Thank you for your bullets. The guys with the rifles almost always drop bullets. Maybe not every single time, but I'd say like 90% of the time they'll drop bullets. So now we're in this chapel that we were looking at before. Another madman's knowledge. Something was very vexing to these people. Possibly bursts of what seemed like cosmic voids, grabbing them out of thin air and crushing them, apparently. That's why we didn't go in the chapel before. There was actually a passage underneath the chapel. I go down this way and... oh, I see a gentleman. Let's go have a chat with this gentleman.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you? I knew it. That's precisely how I started out. Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred, protege of Master Ligarius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned?
I think I'll cooperate.
Oh, very good. Very good indeed. Take this to celebrate our acquaintance.
Why, thank you. Fire paper. And the ability to pray, which apparently you didn't know how to do before then.
Hunting is a sacred practice. May the good blood guide your way.
I bet it will, my friend. I bet it will. Let's keep talking, though.
There must be oodles for us to share. Go on. Just tell me what piques your interest.
Well, let's talk about the Healing Church. What is the Healing Church exactly?
As you know, the Healing Church is the fountainhead of blood healing. Well, I'm a simple hunter, quite unfamiliar with the ins and outs of the institution. But I have heard that the holy medium of blood healing is venerated in the main cathedral, and that counselors of the old church reside in the high stratum of the Cathedral Ward. If you seek blood healing, and the church is willing, you should pay them a visit.
How about Bergenworth? We've heard that name before, but we have no idea what Bergenworth is exactly.
Bergenworth is an old place of learning, and the tomb of the gods, carved out below Yharnam, should be familiar to every hunter. Well, once a group of young Bergenworth scholars discovered a holy medium deep within the tomb. This led to the founding of the Healing Church and the establishment of blood healing. In this sense, everything sacred in Yharnam can be traced back to Bergenworth. But today, the college lies deep within a tangled wood, abandoned and decrepit. And furthermore, The Healing Church has declared Bergenworth forbidden ground. It's unclear how many of its scholars remain alive, but only they know the password that allows passage through the gate.
So a lot was revealed there. Number one, the Healing Church is responsible for the blood ministration that has been going on in the town of Yharnam. And more importantly, they do that as a result of a holy medium that was discovered within some tombs underneath the institution of learning known as Bergenworth. And at some point in the past, Bergenworth and the Healing Church split, and they no longer regard Bergenworth with any kind of reverence, or positively they actually left it decrepit and in ruins. So Bergenworth is basically abandoned at this point, and the Healing Churches, who would, in theory, still be doing all the blood administration, or ministration as they put it. So we know that the Healing Church, which is where everyone has kind of been pointing us, is kind of where we want to head to try to find this pale blood we're looking for.
I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the
Also,
good blood guide your way.
Very important to note on the chest of our friend Alfred, Albrecht, whatever his name is. See right there is the hunter's mark, that upside down hanging figure symbol. So anyway, let's leave him to his praying. We got the majority of the information we needed from him there. We got to move on to bigger and better things. He also noted that there is a passage that we would need to go through, and that there is a password we would need, and that the only people who know it are the members of the Healing Church. So we would need to go find a member of the Healing Church to get the password. Whee! Head into the chapel proper, and all that shuffling you heard down below is, of course, someone who is inside the chapel, probably lying in wait for me. A lot of effort to try to hurt me, and he failed. And what looks like the body of a member of the church. Another madman's knowledge. Another person who looks like they might have been a hunter or possibly a member of the church. And he has a tempering blood gemstone, so that is one of the first gemstones that you would pick up if you don't destroy the red Jewel Brooch like I did. Which, of course, when we get a chance, we'll head back and we'll put one in the weapon we're using. Come on, coward. Oh, now you don't want to fight, huh? Alright, fine, I'll get up in your face. I don't know why I did that, I meant to do this! Yeah! Another bloodstone shard. Very good. Very good indeed. I feel bad. Now I don't know if it is Albert or Alfred or Albrecht. It's one of those three. We'll just call him Al from now on. So there is a passage there. It looks like we can't get to it. A very poorly designed house if they have to have a ladder in the middle because the stairs got broken. More antidote. There's a reason for that. And we'll find it in a second here. There it is. And I don't know if this is empty or not. It might have one enemy. Or not. They're pungent blood cocktail. Plungent. What am I doing? Alright. So, light the lamp. And we're going to return to the Hunter's Dream because we've gone as far as we want to go down here for the time being. Smash that. Nothing there. I have no respect for the dead. I'm going to destroy all their urns. And you'll see a door here that says, "This town is long abandoned. Hunters not wanted here." So this is the entrance to Old Yharnam. Old Yharnam, as the details we've learned from the game at this point have indicated, was affected by the Beast Scourge in such a profound manner that the town was sealed off, and at one point during the night of the hunt, the entire town was burned. So most of the people that were in there did not survive. We're back. I think I have just enough of these thick cold bloods now that we can probably get the item that we want. We might be a little short. Hopefully I don't have to do a ton of grinding. So you're 350 each, so I might have to use all of them. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Oh, no. Sorry, we don't want to talk to you. Sorry, you're a very sweet girl, but I need to go over here and spend the money for something completely different. Specifically, the Hunter Chief Emblem. A cloth emblem that belonged to the captain of the church hunters long ago. Opens the main gate that leads to the round plaza of the great cathedral. The main gate is shut tight on nights of the hunt and could only be opened from the other side with this emblem. In other words, the captain's return and this emblem determined the end of the hunt. And this is what we want. A very expensive item, but it's there to help gate you and make sure you understand that you need to spend your blood echoes wisely. And if you don't, get used to the idea of going back to areas early in the game and doing a little farming to get the equipment you need. Also, let's take a chance up here to need the blood gem we got into our weapon. Oh, we may not be able to. Yeah, because we only have the one slot open. I think the way that you unlock that is you have to upgrade your weapon further, which we won't be able to do for a little while because we require 8 bloodstone shards and we only have 4, so that's all right, not a big deal. We could upgrade this, but I don't think we would be able to use the gem that we have, so it's all right. Not a big deal. We don't need that right now. Don't think he's back here right now, but Gehrman will sometimes make his way back to this part of the Hunter's Dream and just kind of take a nap. That may be something we have to trigger with a very specific spawn point later in the game. Or we have to come back into that area a very specific way. Going back to the Cathedral Ward, because again, not a whole lot we can do down in Old Yharnam at this point. We want to circle back to that at a future time. We have a little bit of exploring at the Cathedral Ward that we want to do for this episode. And specifically, there is one big baddie we want to fight. There we go. Let's see if our friend spawned up here yet, or if we're still waiting. No, she's still not here. I don't know if we're too early. We might be able to go find our friend down this way. Might still be early for that, too. But we did exit the area and come back a couple of times, so I think that's all it takes, is you have to spawn in and out to get the encounter that we're looking for down here. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. Still too early. Oh, that's fine. There's one other thing we might try. This is a little bit of a long shot, but we can always try to go back to the character we're waiting on and just have a quick chat with him. See if that maybe gets her moving. And we are talking about the lady that was wearing the plague mask earlier. The outfit that made her look kind of like a crow. Come on. They're gonna get this trap to work one of these days. Just not today. Ow! He did more just swinging his torch at me than that ball's ever done. Yoink. Taking a quick look at the character. I think it's kind of silly she cut a hole in the back of that collar just for her ponytail. Hey, look. 2 steps forward, 1 step back when it comes to character models, right? Having the hair kind of move around, bouncing freely like that with ragdoll physics is a big step forward. Yeah, maybe they could have done a little bit better job of it actually clipping against the clothing instead of through it, but whatever. Ow, bad dogs. That's not a good dog. Bad dog. Bad dog. I was going to give you treats this time. Now you get no treats. No treats for you, bad dog. Before you get me. I don't think she's still here, but we're going to go check on Eileen. That is her name. Actually, it also gave me a chance to pick up some items that we had skipped over earlier. So, not a total loss, even if she's already moved on from this area. Which, she is not. Still up here. Hey, Eileen. I did a thing earlier.
What are you still doing here? Enough tramp a hunter must.
Alright, so she's not saying anything new. Interesting. I thought we were supposed to trigger her event already, but apparently not. Not a huge deal. We'll get what we need. Let's get... I don't think there's a safer spot to tumble down from. I think they're all pretty dangerous. Ah! Well, of course, I could have done it away from him. Whatever. Here's the important part. There's items there and there. We only get 1 per trip here. And I don't know if either one is more preferable than the other. I believe there's rats on either side, so your choice is not between safe or dangerous attacks. Well... it's dangerous either way. Let's see what we got out of this. Saw spear, excellent. So that's a weapon. We got a weapon on this side. There was one over there, and I think that's it, just the one thing. Yep. Unless there's something hidden back there, and I don't think that's going to be the case. Excuse me. I believe this will take us back there so we can try one more time. This time on this side. Whoa! Hey guys, what's up? Oh, he drops them. Another throwing knife. Why are these rats equipped with throwing knives? Aha, so it looks like the one side was actually a better choice, and I may have missed an item. Shoot. Now, whatever. I have a feeling, can't confirm it, but I have a feeling that's a throwing knife. Because those rats, they are known for their skilled use of thrown weapons. Oh, you know what? There is one more thing we can do down here. Let's go ahead and do that. I guess the pike carrying guy didn't come down here after all. It's alright, no big deal. Or all those crawling guys. Woo! I'll leave them to their business. We're here for one specific thing. It's not that either. Not even you guys. Oh, come on, get it out. There we go. So, we're back to Mr. Piggy. The piggy. Oh, come on. You gotta be close. You're dead. And the piggy dropped an item. Blood vial, but it's something else. Red messenger ribbon. And we definitely want to take a look at that very, very quickly here. There it is. Red messenger ribbon. Red ribbon that messengers are oddly fond of. The thick, pungent red was drawn from the organs of some unfortunate victim. A strange choice indeed, perhaps, for the messengers wearing this accessory constitutes a form of mourning. So, while they don't explicitly spell it out here, what you can infer with the information you were given is that we explained to the little girl that it was safe for her to go to Uden Chapel, and the only passage that she knew of, the only passage that anyone knew of, without the locked gates that I had already opened, was down here through the sewers. So unfortunately what that means is the pig ate the little girl. So unfortunately that's the conclusion of the Gascoigne family storyline. Let's go on up. Well, unfortunately that was not quite what I was hoping to accomplish by going down there, but we got some items that we had missed before, and we also found the end of the Gascoigne family storyline. For now, there may be one more detail we still want to hit on that'll come up in the near future here. And also we want to take these two guys if they have blood gems. Or blood shards, I guess I should say. Right up the old keister. Ah! Ah, you jerk. Down you go. And that bloodstone shard. How many of those do we have now? 7. We're close to getting enough for the 3rd level for the saw cleaver that we're using right now. Or potentially we could use that with the saw spear as well. So we still haven't triggered the event here. Interesting. I'm at a loss. I thought it was supposed to have queued by now, but maybe we have to go through the Cathedral Ward in its entirety before we get to face the encounter here. That's alright, we have some more progress to make and at least one fight we want to do before we wrap this episode. And poor girl, it looks like she ripped out her pits on this hunter outfit already. It's hot, sweaty work in that long trench coat, but I wouldn't rip the pits on these things. So, how about now? Still not there. Interesting. That's alright. We still gotta go this way. What up, dog? You jerk. Give me my blood back. Yeah, me. Yeah, those are some creepy eyes when you look at them up close. That sounds big. That is big. Yeah. And yet it's wearing a church garb outfit of some kind. Owie! Ouch. Okay, gotta stop getting hit. Get some life back. Get some life back. Whew. Not easy. Some blood vials back for that. More bloodstone charts, and now we have enough to do the 3rd upgrade. So you have 2 choices for path. This way will lead you down to an area we cannot access at this time, so there would really be no benefit to doing it just yet. Or we can go up where we're supposed to be headed. We will go back down that way at some point, but we're just not there yet. But this is why we needed the item here. You can even see the symbol on the doors matches the one that was on the symbol. You can see it's that little standing, I don't know, brazier with 2 clerics on either side and kind of a teardrop formation there. And you can see it on the door. Funny enough, you would assume the symbol is meant for someone to physically see it and open the door, and instead it just kind of opens on its own. Video game logic, what are you going to do? Excuse me, sir, have you seen Pale Blood? Ow! I'll take that as a no! Another body that resembles some kind of church garb again. Now, the way that we really need to go is back that way. But we can also go here. Oh, he dropped an item. More bullets. Very good. Bullets, good. Always good. We can sweep around this rotunda and pick up a couple of items, trying to avoid contact with the big boys, because you can see they hit hard and they take a lot of damage to put down. And unfortunately, I do not believe there is any way you can parry these fools. They're just too big. And good news is they're also very slow, so you can always run away if you're getting aggroed on. Uh-oh. I think I may have got his attention! Ah! And that one too! Double trouble! Oh boy. No! No! I have no quarrel with you, sir! I think we're clear, and they're back to just patrolling the grounds. They're not going to come after me. Which is good. Not much else we can do there. There is a door that we have to open, but we have to open from the other side. Hey, what up, dog? Thank you for the blood. Poison knives. Interesting. Let's take a look at those real quick. I don't think we ever looked at the Molotovs, but I think it's pretty obvious, you know. You throw them and they explode into fire. Poison knife, a knife slathered in poison. This curved knife is as thin and sharp as a surgeon's blade, often used for self-defense by special doctors in the healing church. They say that hunters traditionally avoid the use of poison, likely because the poison is too slow to act in the heat of the hunt. Which begs the question, why did they even prep them in the first place? Perhaps they were not just going after beasts? Let's see another window with a light on. As we revealed in the last episode, if you see a lamp outside the window, it's probably someone there. I want to clear the street before we talk to these people, just in case. Hello. There's some big swings, dude. Big swings. Didn't hit anyone. Got real close, though. Hey, what up, Doug? Now that is a vicious-looking weapon. Ouch! It's literally just like a pair of, well, not a pair, but a whole set of foot-long spikes dug into a board that you could slap down on someone. I don't know. Go back to your nap, dude. You're alright. You can just keep sleeping. Nothing to deal with here. Oh, very important equipment here. A whole set of hunter garb. Church hunter garb. So, let's take a look at this. Attire of the Healing Church Hunters. The holy shawl, symbol of the Healing Church, flutters proudly on their backs. Most Healing Church hunters are elementary doctors who understand the importance of early prevention of the scourge, achieved by disposing of victims and even potential victims before signs of sickness manifest themselves. Their black attire is synonymous with fear and that peculiar Yharnam madness. So let's break that down a little bit here. The church, Healing Church, was employing hunters to go out and act to prevent the scourge. And they did so not just by disposing of victims of the scourge, but by quote-unquote potential victims. People who weren't even showing signs of sickness. They were determining were victims and needed to be disposed of. If that is not shady shit, I don't know what is. They weren't even looking for signs of sickness. They were just deciding independent that, yep, this person is going to become a beast. We have to get rid of them. That's not how you do things. Unless you're doing some very dark shit.
We've the deepest gratitude for the church and all they do for us. The deepest, widest gratitude, yes.
Interesting timing between the pickup of the clothing there and this woman saying with what sounds like a lot of insincere terms that she appreciates everything the church does, almost as though she's begging not to be dragged away as a potential victim.
Deepest gratitude for the church and all the deepest.
It could be because of the clothing I'm wearing. It could also just be that she assumes anyone out this late during the night of the hunt is in fact a member of the church, and she does not want to be taken from her home just because she says something wrong. So the Healing Church is definitely not operating in good faith anymore. If they were at any point, they're not doing so now.
You're not from around here, are you? Well, an outsider who's come to join the hunt? What a pathetic idea. You what? What, you think I'm a beast? Well, maybe I think you're a beast. And step away from our castle.
Okay. Lesson learned. Don't mess with that guy.
Oh my, what a queer scent. I'll take it over the stench of blood and beasts any day. What is it then? I'm off during hunts, and besides, this is no place for ladies. Wouldn't want to drag you down too.
The inference there, of course, is that this is the home of a prostitute.
I'm off during hunts, and besides, this is no place for ladies.
I thought she would have come out by
I'm
now.
off during
All right, well. That's one of the potential people that you can save, actually. We may have to come back to this area at a later time.
Enough of you. What, you think this is funny? Well, I certainly don't, so be gone with you. I'll have nothing to do with your beast stunts.
And believe it or not, that jackass is also one of the people that we can save. But again, I think that is dependent on us coming back after we've already cleared the area, so we may have to circle back to them at a later time. And I think we might have one more person we can talk to here, but not necessarily save. Ah, I knew it. There was going to be someone. I don't know if we can do this safely. Yeah, we can do it. He's fine.
Praise you. Praise the old damn church. And then the best of luck hunting. Best luck of all.
Another person who is scared into submission by the people of the Healing Church. Sounds like he said, "Death to the minister." I don't think that's what he said, but it sounded a bit like it. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Get some good hacks in. All right, very good. Get my blood back. Very good. Very, very good. Where's the jerk that was attacking me before? The beast is right here! Sort of. Now, one more interesting thing I'm kind of avoiding right now because it's more fun to see it when you encounter it for the first time. And I want to make sure I find all the cool items down here first. Alright. You hear that grotesque slurping sound. It's that thing right there. So if the game hadn't already been very strange, it takes an incredibly strange turn here. That is not a hairy beast, wolfman-like creature at all. That is a slimy, writhing mass of tentacles and pointy limbs, and definitely not something that we had seen up to this point in the game. I can't reach him just yet, but we will go after him in a second here. It's going to require something else. By the way, and I think that was a point of insight, seeing that beast for the first time. Unless I found it somewhere else. It's possible I picked it up in another area, but I don't think that was it. I think it was the site of that creature. Because again, that is one of those, what the fuck did I just see type situations. A watchman of Bergenworth stands the gate with a password, the sacred adage of the Grand Cathedral. So again, we're hearing about this sacred password that we need to learn from the Healing Church in order to get through a certain passageway. One that we have not found just yet, but we will find it a little bit later. There's a ladder there I could have used, but whatever. We don't use no stinking ladders. Bullets are always welcome. More bullets, more chances to counter. Countering is good. Don't see anyone else that we gotta worry about right away. Ow! Except for the dogs! You sneak. Another big old pile of cold blood. I swear, some of the item names in this game, while they do seem to always kind of tie back into blood, they just come out as word stew. They just kind of slap a couple of words together and hope no one notices that it's gibberish. Thick cold blood. What is cold blood? Is it just cold space blood? Is there a reason to make it one word? What up, Doc? You missed. Owie! He may have missed, but he hits hard when he does hit. So we got some baddies chasing after us. Let's go back this way, because there is something we want to do here, besides getting shot. Ow! You guys hit so hard. Got a little ring here. That'll be of use to us in a couple of minutes here, but we're not quite to that point yet. Let's go ahead and open this. This is a very important passageway, because this will lead us back down to the Erden Chapel. I say it weird every time. Erden Chapel. See if we can get the drop on him. I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so. Ah, whatever. Ouch! You jerk, you pushed me in the fire! That wasn't cool, dude. And a set of... I was about to say set of stairs, but this is a ladder. That's definitely not a set of stairs. Set of vertical stairs. You know, the kind that you have to hold onto with your hands. Oh, you mean a ladder. Numbing Mist. Let's take a look at that real quick. Throw to create a mist cloud that numbs a hunter's life essence and prevents restoration of HP. Said to be used by the blood hunters of Canehurst. I can speak. Its recipe is a secret closely guarded by the line of nobles inhabiting the castle. So we're learning of a place called Canehurst now. which we will not be finding a whole lot else about for quite a while just yet, but that is kind of the first hint that there may be another place and play in this game. Can I survive that? I think I can. Ah, owie! Black messenger hat. So this is just an item that the messengers get to use. You can equip them. That was that little messenger fountain that we found earlier that we couldn't really do anything with. Hat that messengers are oddly fond of. Symbol of the preventative hunters of the Healing Church. The inhabitants of the stump appear to have an interest in adornment. Why not let them be happy and revel as babes? Because they look like that, man! I mean, if you've ever seen Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, that's what the monsters in those books all looked like. All that kind of like spindly and like very dripping, oozing kind of monsters. Kind of a hot mix of watercolor and ink together. Always made for very creepy looking pictures. I think half the scariness of those books was the fact that the pictures were so damn haunting. So, let's go back up this way instead of the way that had all those guys shooting at me earlier. We can always come back to them later. Another thick cold blood. And I think that is actually a different item than what we had been seeing before. We've been seeing cold blood do, and this is now thick cold blood. Let's see if there is a tangible difference in the description. A thick droplet of cold blood containing blood echoes, used to gain a larger amount of blood echoes. A strong will produces thick blood, doubtless the product of obsession, a potent source of human strength. So not a whole lot there to go by. Just indicates that strong people produce more blood echoes if they die in a big pool that you can collect, I guess. So we're going to grab this. Blood vials, always useful. Spike up. And we're going to see if we can't sneak up on this guy with this very strange looking weapon. If the game had not been making it clear that these guys are not from Yharnam, this is probably the biggest telltale sign that you have yet. He's using a weapon that just does not look like something a human being would use. Take a trip, buddy. Alright. Time for something bold and stupid! That was bold. It was very stupid. Owie! Uh-oh. Gotta get out of there and heal? He's not quite dead yet. Got him. Whew. That was dicey. Fighting on the steps is always a very risky venture because it's hard to make sure that you're going to make contact with the enemy. I saw you coming for that. Get out of here. Jerk. I'll take your bullets, though. Thank you. Did you drop anything? Of course not. Or you picked it up. I don't know. Either way. Alright, so the pass through the rotunda is open. And there was something that we were going to do here, and we didn't. Let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to go fight that horrible, writhing mass of tentacles and slimy blue flesh that was kind of hovering on the ledge above where we were at before. He's back this way. We just gotta find him. Where are you at, little bug? There you are. What up, guy? Uh-oh. Don't like that. Get in there! Ooh! Suck it! Yeah. So fortunately I managed to get away from the fight without him doing his little party trick, where basically what he does is he shoots a tendril, a big fat grub-like tendril out of the top of his head, jams it down into the top of my head, and in a display of how exactly some of the game systems in this game work, he sucks your insight out of your brain. Just jams it in there and slurps it up. And unfortunately, if you do manage to get attacked in that way, you can't get that insight back. Killing him does not recover it. If he gets you, it's gone. That's it. Very sad. Another blood gemstone. Always blood. Always blood. More antidotes. And one of the fun mysteries of the game.
The password.
So this is where we needed to go with the password. That vexing password we need to have, but we haven't found just yet. So we will be back this way at some point. But for now, I think we want to head on to the top of the Cathedral Ward, to the cathedral itself of the Healing Church. Sorry, boys, no time to fight with you. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. You're big and tough, and I don't like you. And in case the statues were not being seen clearly enough, yet again we see all these statues with masks and shawls covering the faces, and when you can't see the faces, they all seem to be covering their eyes. Covered faces, covered eyes, everywhere you look. They are desperate to avert their eyes. They do not want to see. Or they want to see, and they can't because something is trying to take their eyes. That is another potential answer to what we're seeing there. Get out of here, kid! You got nothing! Oh, they don't. Alright, I want one of you to do an attack so I can hit you. Owie! And we see the first of the status ailment known as Frenzy, which he is starting to impose on me with great skill. We're gonna hammer away at this guy. Get him out of here. Get out of here, guy. So that little spinny, spirally symbol on the screen is, it means that you're acquiring frenzy status. And if you do acquire frenzy status long enough, you'll actually experience a burst of damage. Which we'll try to explain at a later time. That's something for further down the line in the gameplay and the storytelling. But yet again, you see all these statues, eyes covered, faces covered. They are looking up, they can't see anything. And they're clearly concerned with the sky because they're all holding their hands open and up, and that is something that you see in a lot of Christian artistry, is that characters who are showing reverence and subservience, I would dare say, to Jesus and God. Their hands are always open and facing upward. So these characters are all averting their eyes or covering their eyes, but still referencing what's up above. Very important. And in case you didn't see it at the top of the steps, what the fuck is that? That is not a human being. So, part of this religious iconography is some weird mollusk tentacle creature. Let's go ahead into the cathedral proper, where we're going to go find the leaders of the healing church ostensibly and find out why do they have statues of mollusks all over the walls, or squids, or whatever these things are. Long limbs holding spiral pikes. Harpoons, almost. That may in fact be what they're supposed to be, is harpoons. This is not a church of any kind I've ever seen before. And then we want to slow down because you can hear someone speaking at the end of this hallway. See if you can hear it clear enough. I'll have to turn the controller a little bit here. Stop right here.
Minds young. The foul beasts will dangle nectar and lure the meek into the depths. Remain wary of the frailty of men. Their wills are weak, minds young. Were it not for fear, death would go unlamented. Seek the old blood. Let us pray, let us wish to partake in communion. Let us partake in communion and feast upon the old blood.
So she's talking about finding the old blood, consuming it, partaking in communion, and begging for someone to forgive men because their minds are young and their bodies weak. So she is clearly a member of the healing church, and she's praying. Still looking for the old blood. Well, she was praying to stave off the beastly scourge. I don't think the prayers were answered. Just a shot in the dark there. And she became a deer. There's another burst of insight just for seeing this beast. Ouch! Owie! Big hit. Oh! Ooh, I think she got me. Yep. Tough fight. So there is one thing that we can do just to try to stem the tide of the battle in our favor. We can go back and we can actually upgrade our equipment one more time. I have to throw a little more bloodstone shards into it. We do have a little bit of banked blood echoes in those thick cold bloods that we picked up. Should be more than enough. We only need about 400 echoes, 500 echoes to upgrade it once. That's basically one item. We just pop one item and we get all we need. Oops. Keep doing that. So the doll is sleeping. Let's interrupt her.
Welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off. What is it you desire?
No, nothing in particular. Just wanted to say what you're doing.
Over time, countless hunters have visited this stream. The graves here stand in their memory. It all seems so long ago now. Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the...
Let's go and use one of those cold blood echoes we got. Or thick cold bloods, whatever you want to call them. Should just need the one. More than enough. So yeah, we needed 8 and we have 9. And when we use this upgrade, the third upgrade, it'll actually allow us to add another blood gem to this weapon. So it was a very good call there using those. And then we may upgrade a saw spear at some point. It's a little different weapon from the saw cleaver in that it doesn't do quite as much physical attack damage, but I believe it does a little more damage to beasts. I might be mistaken there. What I typically do is I use that as kind of my elemental weapon. I usually stack some fire damage onto that particular one just to give me another option in a battle if I'm looking for some extra damage against an enemy. So anyway, let us put a gem in that one. In the second slot. Oh, look at that. Ooh. That's a very good gem. Wow. Get something that effective that early in the game is impressive. Physical attack up 7.3% and physical up at full hit points 2.7%. So if I have full health, it does even more damage. Now that's something that we can't guarantee, and I don't count on that being the case for very long, but those are 2 very good gems to have equipped at this point. That may be more than enough than we need to keep our attack damage up high enough to finish off. Vicar Amelia is who we were just fighting. And as funny as it is to go in there and fight her as a member of the Healing Church, I'm going to go ahead and slap on the old hunter garb. I don't think it actually matters any. The difference in the defenses that you get for each of these pieces of equipment is negligible. I mean, back and forth. Some of these are maybe a little bit better, some are a little worse. The differences are so unnoticeable that it's really not worth doing it if you're trying to min-max an encounter against an enemy. Don't focus on that. Focus on what you think looks good and is appropriate for an encounter. In the case of the Healing Church, I don't know if running in there as dressed as a member of the Healing Church is necessarily the best way to attack one of those cleric beasts. They would probably try to skirt that under a rug, try to hide that from the people. They wouldn't want to be the ones doing that themselves. They've proven that they don't want the public to know that there's beasts in the church. Yes, I heard you. I know you're here. Did you know I know you were here? Because if you knew that you know I knew, you knew I knew. I'll stop that. Here's Eileen.
Oh, hello there. Perfect timing. I must warn you not to go near the tomb below Erden Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. Henrik, an old hunter, has gone mad. And he's my mark.
Roger. Got it.
Don't go near the tomb below Erden Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. I have business there first.
Okay. Well, as much as I love listening to people and doing what they ask, I'm not going to do that at all. I'm actually going to go ahead and pop back to the 100 stream real quick and then load back into this area so that I can go down there and go find Henrik and find out what the deal is with him. Yes, I just said dealy. We're going to fight him, and then we're going to go take down Vicar Amelia, because we don't want her wandering the streets if she is bad news. Also, let's go ahead and slap a little more cold blood into the body there. Use that to level up one time.
Come home. What is it? Very well. Let me.
Health good. Health always good. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. But since we're talking, let me do something nice to you. And give you a nice little bow. Yeah, depending on what gestures you make towards the doll, she'll actually respond different ways depending on each one. Let's go back to Cathedral Ward. Let's go find out what that nasty old Henrik is up to. I'd love to talk about all the items that they describe in the screen here, but I feel like it's getting a little bit further ahead in the game than I would like. Certainly too far ahead to try to explain everything that's going on in some of these later items. Weird choice by the game. I know they want to make sure that you understand that there's important details to be found in those items, but I wouldn't show all of them. And it seems like they do show literally everything. Oh, Henrik, I'm here! What up, Doug? Now, you're not supposed to be down here by yourself. Where's my old buddy? Alright, well. I guess I'll just have to take you on myself. Oh, there she is! No, don't you hit her. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Eileen. Oh, she is going after him. Oh, no, shit. I got killed. Now, hopefully, Eileen survives. Don't die, Eileen! Come on, Eileen. All right, she's fine. I'm not worried about me, and I'm not worried about the souls I lost up at the Vicar Amelia fight. I just don't want her to die. Unfortunately, this game doesn't make it easy to keep certain people alive, especially in that particular instance where she'll help. And if you are a little bit too overzealous with your swings, or you're not attacking Henrik carefully, she'll die in that fight, and then you cannot advance her story through the game. And she does have some more story that we want to see. I just wasn't paying attention to my health. I was too busy trying to keep her alive. Alright, let's see if we can get this right this time, and maybe pay a little more attention to my own health. They're fighting already! Hold on, Eileen, I'm coming! Man, he hits hard. Uh-oh. Oh, back up. Got the one with bullets, buddy. Heal, heal, heal. Alright, alright. Get him! Yeah, got him. Whew. I have definitely lost that fight before. It's not an easy one. Pick up air. And let's give a quick chat to Eileen here.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks. We made it with our lives. You're not bad at all. You must have killed Gascoigne as well, then.
Sure did.
He was falling apart. I'm sure it had to be done. But try to keep your hands clean. A hunter should hunt beasts. Leave the hunting of hunters to me.
Well, I'm not going out of my way to kill everyone, just the ones that attack me.
Try to keep your hands clean. Leave the hunting of hunters to me.
Not sure if it's the ground we're standing on or just her imposing stature, but she looks like she's about a foot taller than me. Good lord. Well, we got what we were after. We killed him, and more importantly, we found something interesting. A rune. This is, in fact, the first rune that we found in the game. Let's take a look at it. Air, a carol rune. We say carol, but apparently this is a form of Welsh, and it's supposed to be pronounced Carith. A Carith rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. The air sees sentimentality in the warmth of blood and acknowledges visceral attacks as one of the darker hunter techniques. More blood echoes gained from visceral attacks. Perhaps the air is a hunter who bears the echoing will of those before him. So, important to note, Henrik bears a rune called Air. Air, of course, meaning someone who is in line, the line of a family. And we did note earlier that the young daughter Gascoigne mentioned how much she liked you and that she thought her mother and father and grandfather would appreciate your help too. There's one more item that we can get. It's actually a set of equipment we have to go back to the hunter stream to pick up. That would add a little more to that if there is any more to add to that particular story. And we might be able to afford it, so let's go back to village. I keep saying village, it's the hunter's dream. And see if we can't get that now. I think we can get it now. Question is, do I have enough money to actually buy it? And by money I mean blood echoes, because this is a very strange, dark game. And if we can get it, I think we have to get it at the fountain up here, actually. Let's take a look. There it is. In fact, we can get all of the garb up here. So there are a whole bunch of items that we can get. We can get Gascoigne's garb. Should cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can get Henrik's garb, another 6. And we don't have quite enough to buy both unless we do one thing real quick. We want to spend a couple of our Madman's knowledges, which will add insight. By crushing the skull of someone who had immense knowledge, we gain their insight. I don't understand it, so I'm not going to try to explain it. What I do understand is we like clothing, and there's a whole lot of it to buy up here. Because we want to be a fancy lass. So, let's look at first Gascoigne's equipment. Hunter attire worn by Father Gascoigne. Similar to hunter garb created at the workshop, Only these are tainted by a pungent, beastly stench that eats away at Gascoigne. Father is a title used for clerics in a foreign land, and there is no such rank in the Healing Church. So what they're indicating by that, and we had theorized about this in the previous episode, I think, is that in this case, Father is not specifically tied to a religious rank. They were saying very clearly that that meant he is a father, as in a parent. So, unfortunately, yes, that was the father of the little girl. And let's take a look at Henrik's equipment. Hunter's hat worn by Henrik, the old hunter. The taciturn old hunter Henrik was once partners with Father Gascoigne, and though they were a fierce and gallant duo, their partnership led to Henrik's tragically long life. Henrik's unique yellow garb is resistant to bolt and will be of great help to any hunter who has inherited the onus of the hunt. So there's another clue. They mentioned that he was a partner, quote-unquote, with Gascoigne, and that their partnership led to a tragically long life, and that there's, again, a reference to inheritance or being an heir. So what they are inferring is that Henrik was, in fact, the grandfather in that parental unit, that it was Henrik, his son or son-in-law, probably, Father Gascoigne, the mother Viola, and then the youngest daughter, who unfortunately has also passed away. So with the death of Henrik here, in theory, the entire family has now passed away, which is very sad. So the question is, which set of garb do we want to go with? And let's go with the Gascoigne set. And then we can swap to the other set later. Quite fetching. Look at that. Almost looks like he's wearing a suit of armor inside on the chest. Nothing really obvious to confirm that, unfortunately. And we also have a lot of souls. I always say souls. Blood echoes we want to spend.
Very well. Let me.
Let's see. We haven't really been upgrading strength or skill. Let's go ahead and pump some into strength, because that will increase our attack damage. And another thing that, again, very minor in this game, because there's really no huge tangible effect, but every single point you spend in your stats actually does slowly increase your physical defense. The amount of increase in your defense is negligible, to the point that you probably be hard-pressed to tell a difference in the number of hits an enemy has to apply to you before you actually die. It's just, I wouldn't focus on that. Back to the Cathedral Ward. We've got a vicar to go kill. And then I think this will probably be a good stopping point for this particular episode, because there is a very important segment that happens right after we finish off this boss. Coming through! Jerk, give me that health back. And okay, so that hasn't queued yet. Good, 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 good. There's another encounter we may or may not see at some point here. I don't think it occurs until after we've beaten the vicar, though, so a little early for that one. Now, if we need it, we can summon help. I'm the kind of person who tries to stay away from that when possible. I like to do these things on my own, but I think just for the sake of argument, we may call in a little extra help on this one. Gotcha. Have a seat, young man. Uh-oh. Yep, I see you too. Come on, let's do this. I just want to fight you guys. I don't want to fight the big chungus at the top of the stairs. Owie! Uh-oh. Oh! Give me some of that back. Jerk. No blood? No blood. Oh. Really could have used that blood. Come on. Yeah, I know. You see me, I see you. Come on, let's do this. I didn't say I was going to make it easy for you. How about you? You want to take a shot? No, you didn't want it to. It didn't mean I had to let you. Have a seat. There you go. Thank you for the blood. Now let's go get that guy in here. Unfortunately, what that will also mean is we're going to have to spike up my insight a little bit, which was kind of low. Because we don't have any insight to summon a helper. So let's go ahead and pop a Madman's Knowledge, just the one. Summon Henriette. And ta-da! Now we have some help. Always courteous to give your helpers a little salute for their assistance. We got a beast to go fight. And I've cleared the path. Please do not veer off to go fight something big that I don't want to take on. Come with me. She's doing the exact opposite. Ah, boy. And now she's going down to where the even bigger guy is. Don't go there. Come with me. Stop fighting. Come up here. Come up here. That's not who you're supposed to be fighting. Ah, I knew I should have fought that thing. Stop looking over your shoulder. We want to go this way. Still got you there, Henriette? Let's go. We got a big hairy beast to go fight. What a lovely singing voice. Owie! Oh, she's stunned! Get the hit! Ah, I didn't get it. May not get another chance to do that. Owie. Ah, missed. Uh-oh. Get back, get back, get back. Oh! Ouch! Oh, crap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get back, get back, get back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Heal, heal, heal. No! She hits very hard. And the help wasn't enough. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of extra Molotovs to throw at her. And that is definitely one of the best weapons against her. You jerk. We're going to summon her again, but we're going to do that after I clear the path. Ouch! Come on. Don't kill me yet. Let me at least get to the boss. Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Uh-oh. Come on, stop it. You jerk. One of you better give me some blood. Not bullets. Enjoy your trip. Ow! That didn't go as planned. Take two. Ah, that didn't go as planned either. You have gotta be kidding me! You're not supposed to be swinging so fast. Shoot. There we go. Give me some blood. Thank you. That's better than nothing. That was a very costly trip back. I have a ton of these left to waste on this stuff. Come on, Henriette, you better carry your weight this time. Now let's do this. I'm going to try something different this time. I'm going to slather her in oil before I throw a Molotov at her. See if we can't stack some extra damage. This may work, this may not work. Only one way to find out. Let's go. Still with me back there? Like listening to her groans. Molotovs on and light her up. Oh yeah, that did extra damage. Whoa, so did she. That only works the one time, I guess. Oh, come on. What is this? Come on, Henriette. You gotta start pulling your weight. Ouch. Well, that's it for my Molotovs. Oh, get in the front, get in the front, get in the front! Yeah! Visceral attack. Around the front, get around the front. Nope, not in time. Heal, 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 heal. Oh, she's dead. Heh. I turned away to try to find a safe spot to heal, and I didn't need to. Thank you, Henriette. So that fight was particularly difficult because they do expect you to come back to this area actually at a later time, and I decided to circumvent the typical storyline that makes you go down into either Old Yharnam or even past this to the village that's behind the cathedral here, and just go ahead and do this part right now while we're here. And we did it! So that wasn't too bad. And we got 3 insight for all the hard work we put into that. But we're here for something very specific. So here we have a bunch of these statues, and they finally have their eyes open and uncovered, all in service to this throne upon which a headless statue is pouring some kind of substance into a very grotesque looking skull. like physically into the skull from the looks of it. Maybe not perfectly in line, but close enough.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
By the gods, fear it, Lawrence.
So, a lot was just explained there. Maybe not explicitly, some cases implicitly, but in a nutshell, Lawrence and Willem were the leaders of Bergenworth and the Healing Church. Master Willem was the leader of Bergenworth, and Lawrence went on to become the leader of the Healing Church. And you saw him taking his leave of Bergenworth, and you could see that there was still an argument between the two of them over what they needed to do. And they had an adage that they had practiced enough that they had it memorized. We are born of the blood, made men by the blood. And whatever the third part was. Undone by the blood. And then fear the old blood. Which is important words in this game. And in the case of Lawrence, who went on to found the Healing Church, and in case it was not painfully obvious, we're staring at the skull of Lawrence. He did not fear the old blood. And the old blood is what's causing all of these people to turn into beasts. And despite the fact that the use of the blood in the blood ministration, which is what was being mixed into this blood that they give out to all these people, turning him into a beast, the Healing Church not only revered him, but they had him basically canonized. I mean, his head is on an altar that people come to pray to as part of the Healing Church. It's insane. They knew it was turning people into beasts, and they still used the blood. So let's go ahead and head back to the Hunter's Dream, and I think we're going to wrap this one up for today. So, we got a lot done here, even though maybe it doesn't always feel like it. We did actually accomplish quite a bit. There's another item here. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter beckons hunters to the hunter's nightmare. A deformed creature will whisk you away outside Erden Chapel. Eye of blood-drunk hunter. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. It's a key item. Yes, it is. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter. His pupils collapsed and turned to mush, indicating the onset of the scourge of beasts. A hunter who goes drunk with blood is said to be taken by the nightmare, destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. It is a fate that no hunter can escape. You can see in the middle of the eyeball that pupil is very messy. So basically what they're indicating, in case they didn't lay it on thick enough there at the end, it is a fate that no hunter can escape being taken by the nightmare and being destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. So, unfortunately, that means that may be our end as well. One day we'll be drawn into the nightmare and be stuck there for eternity trying to hunt beasts, ostensibly. Boy, we did get a lot of blood echoes, but we'll use those another time. So just to recap, we went back and found our buddy Gilbert, who indicated that his own illness was incurable even by the miraculous healing of the blood in Yharnam. But he did give us a flame sprayer, which we didn't take a look at, and I suppose we can take a quick peek at that real quick. Right here. Special weapon used by certain members of the Healing Church. Spits searing flames by using blood-imbibed quicksilver bullets as a special medium. Not the most efficient weapon by any stretch, but sometimes a sea of flame is just what the doctor ordered. Besides, the beasts of Yharnam can always use a good cleansing, which is very morbid. Just talking about burning animals alive, or beasts alive, in which case used to be humans. We also went back and let the little daughter Gascoigne know that we hadn't found anything about her parents because we didn't want to reveal the fate of them to her. She was still a little girl, but we did indicate to her that Untitled Chapel was available for people to go to for safe haven. And unfortunately, she did not make it. She was attacked by that boar down in the sewers who ended up eating her. We did manage to get Eileen to move to Untitled Chapel so that she would indicate that she was after a special hunter by the name of Henrik, who had gone mad, and she went down and tried to fight him on her own. Spoiler alert for the storyline: if you don't manage to get her to help with that chapter, or you manage to move on for some reason without fighting Henrik, she does lose the battle and die. Thankfully, we were there, so we helped out, and we managed to kill Henrik before he could take down Eileen. Eileen survived, but then warned us that we're here to kill beasts, not to hunt down other hunters. She is doing herself. And then we made our way through the Cathedral Ward, eventually making it up to the top of the cathedral, where we faced Vicar Amelia, who was engaged in a prayer, possibly to save the souls of those either not under the protection of the Healing Church or to protect those who are under the protection of the Healing Church, but also, in theory, to try to stave off the beast scourge that has obviously afflicted her, and then we had to put her down. And then we found at the top of the Cathedral Ward that not only are these people worshiping something that is clearly not human, those weird mollusks, but that the leader of their church, Lawrence, not only succumbed to the scourge of the beasts, but had a rift. We actually saw the split between Bergenworth and Lawrence, who went on to found the Healing Church. And unfortunately, he did not survive. He also succumbed to the beast scourge, and these poor fools who were leading the church decided, instead of acting upon the terrible fate that had befallen their leader, to simply continue their practice and in some ways revere him. Very strange. But I think that's going to do it for this particular episode of our long play / lore playthrough of Bloodborne. As always, I do appreciate everyone watching, and I will see you next time.